All right. So I'm live here with Assimilating Hugging Face. I'm going to go right into using GPUs and all that kind of stuff. So let's go over to code spaces. I got one cooking right here. And let's go ahead and launch this. There we go. And I can close a lot of this stuff here. Get all this stuff set up. Yeah, I think last time I was playing around with zero-shot classification, which is kind of a cool concept. And if we go to utils, I always double check to see if I have a GPU. So if I say, well, actually, even add this into the makefile, which would be kind of fun. Oh, I did do this. Make check GPU. And is the GPU? Huh, it's so weird how it says CUDA is not available when other environments do seem to have it available. But not exactly sure what's going on, but not a huge deal if I don't have the CUDA available. But where I do think I was playing around with last, and I'll just rerun this again, as zero-shot classification, is it reads in a file, and I gave it a few different ideas for a classification. I think I was reading this thing. I could probably do a README. Where did I leave out here? Okay, zero-shot classify. So let's play around with this. Let's run this one more time. So if I do zero-shot, should be a, oh, it's inside of Hugging Face. So if I say Hugging Face, zero-shot classification, -- help, this will do a zero-shot classification. Classify text using zero-shot classification. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. There we go. Which is kind of cool. So if I remember correctly, what I did was I extracted the keywords first, because I had a file, create a function that grabs candidate labels from a file. So I had a file here that was this keywords. So it has some options for keywords. Yeah, so this is kind of a cool concept, which is you first you create keywords, and I believe the keyword extract here would extract keywords from a file. Then it creates candidate labels, and then from there we feed this into a zero-shot classification. So kind of a fun little tool, actually, to be able to use here. What else can we do with Hugging Face? So let's go back to Hugging Face here, and let's see if we can do anything more fun. I would say probably one of the things that we could do would be to see what other kinds of models we could create. Let's see here. What's new? Image class. We can stick with natural language processing, sentence similarity, text generation. I know there's been a lot of stuff from OpenAI lately. Let's see if we can filter by OpenAI. What do we got here? We got Whisper Base. That might actually be kind of an interesting one to sort out. Actually, is I haven't Whisper Large. So let's read up how this would work. So I've used Whisper without the transformers, but I haven't yet tried it with inside of Hugging Face, and that would be kind of a fun thing to do to obtain the full French to French. Translation. Oh, from French to English. Evaluation, evaluated use. Let's see here. So the primary use is to study models, the training data. There's limitations. Well, yeah, that would be kind of interesting to see how to do it with OpenAI Whisper Large. Let's try that. So that would be a fun one to play around with. So if I want to create another tool here in Hugging Face, because I previously did use the transcribe to I was able to go to utils and I created transcribe whisper. Like, so I have actually some tests around this, but what I could do instead is I could also create a Hugging Face whisper, which I haven't done yet. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do it inside of Hugging Face repo, which is right here. So I'm going to say touch, and let's actually do refactor as well. So we see that everything is going well. So it's PyLint, and let's look at what it's going to look for. So for linting, it's only looking in here, but I'm going to tell it to also look for a new file that I create called Whisper, HF Whisper. So we'll say touch, Hugging Face, HF Whisper. We're going to try to see how to get Whisper working with Hugging Face. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. So I'm going to say format this, and then also lint this. Now, if I go back to Hugging Face Whisper here, we can kind of tee it up. So I can say user bin env python, and I could say, no, we don't want to do that. We want to do create OpenAI Whisper command line tool. Exactly. That's what I want to build. So from transformers, import pipeline, import click, create a function that reads a file. Now we want to look at the documentation here, which is using transformers. Let's try this. So from transformers, import click. That uses OpenAI Whisper model to transcribe. There we go. And we can do that. We can say def transcribe, and this would be model equals this. There we go. No model. And then we can just shift this over. Model. And then we can change this to model. Like that. And then we turn back. So that's how you do this. Let's look at the, here we go. So we say, oh, processor. Well, it's totally different. It's weird how there's totally different documentation here. Audio array inputs generate. The whisper. No. I don't know about that one. Let's see if we can see a better documentation here. So we have model. I guess this is it. So load model and processor. Let's do that. So we'll go back here. We'll say and processor. So this is load model and processor. Change that load model processor. We'll do that. And we'll return model. We'll return model processor. Okay. And now what we do is we say load sample audio, and that file will in fact be this sample audio. That's perfect, which is fourscore.im4a. That's great. Perfect. Return processor from file. That's perfect here. Let's double check again the documentation. So we see, load data set. And read sound files. Definitely a lot more complicated to understand what's going on here. Not sure I totally understand how to recreate something that's as simple as if we go to this utils example and we go to transcribe. Look, there's just a one liner, but to replicate that in code is pretty complicated because partially I don't totally know how to recreate this. I mean, I guess I could just grab this and see if I could just tweak it a little bit. Let's just grab this real quick. So we don't need that. I got that. Load data set and read sound file. So return processor. What does this do? We don't need to load this because we already have it. And then file name from file. Now, does it need to open the file? I don't know if it needs a handle or anything. What does it have here? Load data sets. DS. Yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting one. And then generate logits, input features. This seems like a lot of code just to do something that seems, I would think, would be pretty easy. I wish they had maybe like a full working example for me, like in a community. Here we go. Let's see here. Transcription. Do we have somebody that has like a hello world example transcription where they can you run it? You can use, so we have model, whisper, Let's see if there's a hello world. Class import error. Decoding of MP3 failed. So I'm trying to run French to French example. I tried, it works. Load data set. Cast audio. Force decoder. Not transcribing. I've been transcribing some. Profile. You can also use Whisper to generate. So pipeline. This looks so much easier. You can also do generate transcription. So pipeline task, automatic. Oh, I see. Maybe I need to just make it really simple. I like this. This looks so much simpler. Let's go back to this and let's just try that. Or click. And what happens if I just do something like that? Task, device, create a function that reads a file with open. Why would I need to encode? I don't think I need to read that file. Pipe. I need to look at the Hugging Face pipeline a little bit more here. Let's look at models and let's look at NLP and let's audio, ASR, automatic speech recognition. And let's just pick one of these. Like, let's pick this. No conda. As soon as I see conda, I want to run. So from pre-trained, load inputs. Let's see this one. What does this one do? From transfer. It seems like there's several different ways. Annotate. Where's this one? From not that one. OpenAI. Yeah, here we go. I'm kind of curious. OpenAI Whisper Tiny. What does this one look like? From pre-trained. Yeah, it doesn't. This shows how to evaluate it on a clean set. So load data set from pre-trained model, map to predictions. See, that's not, I just want to transcribe here. Yeah, I might have to look at the pipeline example here and look at the actual tutorial again. So if I go to the docs and I look at pipeline, and text to image generation for stable diffusion, image to image, pipelines. Here we go. Not diffusers. I just want to go for pipeline. Yeah, very interesting. From transformers, let's look at my zero shot classification. So what did I do here? So I said from transformers. Yeah, I just want something like that simple, which is create a function that reads a file and transcribes it. I mean, that would be amazing if we could do that. Let's try that. So let's try one more time. So let's say create a function that reads a sample audio file and transcribes it using OpenAI Whisper. Whisper. Wow. Could it really be that simple? Automatic file name. And then let's do a click group. Wow. I was struggling with something really dumb. And wouldn't it be OpenAI Whisper large though? Or no, let's do tiny to start with. Whisper, and we'll just say model. Model. That transcribes. There we go. Whisper. The default is perfect. Let's also do an option though. Get rid of this. At the dot option at click dot options option dash dash model. This would be amazing if this works, because this is so tiny. And we can say transcribe it, mix label. Wow, this would be amazing. I like this. Okay, so let's jump on this again. Chmod plus X. Jeff Whisper. There we go. And now we can do HF face, HF Whisper, help. Okay, so now if we say whisper, it'll work. Key air whisper. It says cannot open some TensorFlow. Not sure why that's the case. Requirements, but rebuild TensorFlow with appropriate. I think I have a TensorFlow setup, make install TensorFlow. What happens if I do that? Does that work? We have the Conda death spin. It's terrifying. I think I'm gonna kill it. But if we go one more time here, rebuild it. But what is it? What does it mean here? So it says line 24. If we go to this, did I not pass it in? So it says file name. The default should be this, and then whisper will be file name model. Key air whisper. What happens if I just do this? Okay, that work? Oh, Impinit is not a local folder. Well, this is bad code for sure. So we can say, should have, then we can say transcribe, just confusing code. And then if we go here, we can say this, the model, default to the file name that gets passed in would be that file name. And then we say transcribe. It will be whisper. Whisper. We would say prints transcribing file name. Let's do that. Key error whisper. We can just say transcribe. Turn this. No such command whisper because we're going to transcribe. And then I'm going to do a refactor here to clean this up. If I run it one more time, it's giving me some kind of a bug here that says automatic speech recognition, auto config from pre-trained model, key error whisper, key error whisper. Results is equal to that's line 29. Oh, because this doesn't exist. Oh, no, it does exist. There's a function called whisper. But we'll just call like create a function that reads a sample and transcribes it. TR audio. So what does that mean? Key error whisper. Let's see if I just Google this. Models for speech recognition. A good generic one. You can also use it from transformers import pipeline. From transformers import pipeline. So I wonder if I need to do something here. So if I say, at that, with open, and we say with open beta, looks good. And then what we do here, pipeline. Transcribe, or we say pipe there. And then we say pipe view file name. Say results. That work. No such directory. At least that's better. Beef default. Huh, back to the same problem again. Weird. Very, very strange here. So failure. Well, it happens sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and just say, add all this in here. File. All right, so failed attempts, adding failed attempt at Whisper pipeline. Yeah, so not sure what's going on. I have to debug a little bit more, but it's kind of fun to fail sometimes. All right, I'll be back in a couple weeks with Hugging Face.